Peace, family. This is Onitase Kumat, and we're reading Lesson 19 of the Course on African Philosophy, also known as Message to the People. I am the host of the Pro Black Perspective on KWAZ Radio, and I'm the author of the Book of Power. This is Lesson 19. We only have so much more to go. We're getting through, and this was going to be good life advice. Really good life advice, because there's this idea that you want to win mankind, and you will win mankind with kindness. So let's go. A touch of kindness moves the heart of all men. To be kind is to be generous and to be pleasant, to be inviting in your manner, to be sympathetic and thoughtful of the other fellow's feelings may cost you nothing. You shall be kind because sometimes you can extend it by a pleasant smile or a pleasant salutation or a good wish. To say, I wish you well, I wish you everything that is prosperous, I hope you will succeed, I am sorry to hear of your bad fortune, I hope things will turn out successfully for you, I wish you a long life and the joy and happiness of it, is a good turn. All these convey to your friends, acquaintances, or even your enemies a beauty of thought and soul that wins appreciation and often gratitude. If your friends come to you for help and you cannot give it to them, don't turn them away with cold words, but with the words of cheer and comfort. It may bring him joy in his disappointment, and even though he does not get the thing he has hoped for. You can never tell who is sincere or who is honest. Therefore, you must always be on your guard not to lend your money. Don't give away your money foolishly, because you may never get it back. Say it again. Don't give away your money foolishly, because you may never get it back. If you are in doubt that you will get back a loan to a friend, then try never to lend money to that friend, because he will become your enemy later. Offer him a drink of water, a piece of cake, or a delicious fruit, and then express your sorrow in the kindness of words, or your inability to help him at that time, and see that when he leaves the gate, you smile with him and win his smile in return, which is an assurance of parting friendship, which probably would not be otherwise if you had bluntly refused his original request. Win the world to you with a smile, with a hearty shake of the hand, with a glad welcome. It costs very little. It costs less than an ugly stare or the fixed hand of unwelcome. In the organizational life of the UNIA, always give to those who want to win. Give to those who want to win. Oh, sorry. Those you want to win. You want to win. So give to people that you want to win. And this I want you to understand is like an old tactic. You know, in the world of the feudal economies of Europe, even, right? You would give gifts to the lords of the land, and not just the feudal economies. You go to Africa, and you go along, let's say the Para, the Pharaoh. Some people would say the Nesut Beti. Okay, you go to the Nesut and flourished with gifts. You go to the people of the great Ashanti Empire, flourished with gifts. You go to the Songhai Empire and the great Sunjata, right? Gifts. Even when he was a soldier or general, he was giving to others. The point being that you give to others that you want to win. Give to the poor in the neighborhood and win them over to you. Give to them from the charitable funds of the organization. Give them necessities and niceties that they need and cannot buy. Be kind to the little children of the neighborhood. Give them candies from the charity fund. Give them pennies to buy candies, and those little ones will carry the name of the UNIA through the neighborhood. Then visit the neighborhood from house to house. Leave a word of cheer everywhere you go, and then persuade them to join the UNIA. If they are in trouble, console them. If the organization can help them with advice, give it to them. If you cannot recommend them to some officer of the organization who has been well trained for such work, have this officer go there and give the required advice. But let your good work be seen and known in the neighborhood and in the community, so that they will always come to you for organizational help. Remember that the organization, and actually I wanted to go over this. So this is pretty interesting. There's this book that was recommended to me. I read it. It was actually a pretty funny story happened in regards to it. But it was saying, I think the name is How to Build a People's Army. And so I read the book, and one of the advice is that you go into the community, and you go into the community organizers, whoever they may be. And the trouble is this, that a lot of black neighborhoods the community organizer, particularly in the urban Black West, if you will. A lot of the community organizers, in a sense, if you want to call them organizers, or even misorganizers, if you want, they are gangbangers. I mean, obviously you can say there are churches and all and so forth, but there's also gangbangers. There are gangsters. There are people who you're walking around their neighborhood, they will have an eye out for you, and possibly, potentially, maybe, well, they'll investigate whether they are going to investigate whether they should kill you. Okay, so there are gangbangers who, like, for instance, when I was doing my organizing, I was in a certain neighborhood, and I would see these little boys. Like, I would walk through the apartment buildings because I wanted to put up flyers for my events, and I'd see these little boys standing outside, talking and whispering amongst each other, walking or texting or basically, I'm full notice, and what they're doing is they're protecting their turf, or they're the lookouts for their turf. And they want to know, are these cops walking in, or are these rival gangbangers? Who are these strangers walking boldly through our neighborhoods? One time I was supposed to meet with this, one time this brother set up a meeting. I didn't even know who the person was. I'm talking to this person like he's almost like a child. Almost. I'm just like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, this is blah, blah, blah. We're having a conversation. Later on, there's a gentleman who keeps riding his bike around the block, right? So I see him circle a couple of times. Later, come to find out, and then the person I'm talking to gestures to him, calm down, don't worry about it, right? Later, come to find out that this person, because I asked him if he said he's a part of an old school fraternity or something like that. I'm like, I didn't know there was fraternities in this neighborhood. He's like, yeah, man, I'm part of a fraternity from a long time back. And I'm just like, oh, really? Did not know he was a gangbanger. Like, he was one of the local gang leaders. Like a murderer of men. He was very well spoken, very, very, very collected, intellectual, intellectual. Straight up killer. You understand? The person who's circling the block, ready to pounce, ready to kill. Me. Now, of course, my associate at the time set me up in that meeting. Don't know why he did not forewarn me. I told him later, next time, at least forewarn me. Luckily, I had my, and that's what I'm saying, winning mankind by kindness. You see, luckily I'm a kind individual, because sometimes you'll be talking to the wrong person, or you might pick if you're some sort of jerk, the world has I might not have all the solutions for jerks, but the world has solutions for jerks. Okay, unless you're on your P's and Q's. You don't know who you're dealing with. So I want to say that, but that's really one of the issues, is that, like, let's say if I were to go door to door in a community, I might be stopped and asked, hey, what are you doing going door to door in this community? And, of course me, I'm like, well, I just want to blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that, that freedom is not necessarily present among us as a people. But you'll see when you get active, and this is why you have to go to a community that you feel safe in, that you feel that you can operate in, because also the church can be, like, I wouldn't want to go to a church. I wouldn't want to go anywhere, real talk, with a church. But if I do, I understand the opposition there. I understand if I walk into a home and the pastor, just left, I might not be welcome to speak. So this is something to consider wherever you are in this world. Like, what do you want to accomplish, and what is the neighborhood? Like, you start with the community, you start with the neighborhood, you start walking door to door. That's what organizing is about. So remember that the organization, and so have this officer go there, Have this officer go there and give the required advice, but let your good work be seen and known in the neighborhood and in the community, so that they will always come to you for your organizational help. Remember that the organization is for the purpose of helping the needy, the distressed, and to assist all members of the race who need help. It is by these methods that the Catholic Church has won the hearts of the people, by the charity of its sisterhood and its priesthood, helping the sick, the distressed, and restoring them to health. Now, it's important to remember when it comes to the Catholic Church that they collect tithes. Garvey also, you see the charitable fund, we're gonna get into it later, but the idea is that you have to collect money as an organization, and then you can use it towards your own deeds. The Catholic Church did that. I'll give that. The Catholic Church also molests children. We have to say it. So you don't need to do that part. Obviously, do not do that part. Don't. If you do that part, and please don't. But if you do that part, do not mention my name at all. Do not. I don't want to associate with you at all. That's gross, disgusting. You need help if that's what you're looking into. Obviously, you're not, so don't even worry about it. But what I'm saying is, the Catholic Church is a sick institution, but at the same time, they have good deeds. So what happens is that if you're not a sick institution and you have good deeds, you have a leg up. You have a leg up. So get those good deeds done. And if that requires you to collect taxes or collect tithes or collect some sort of membership fee, do that, because you can accomplish so much with a membership fee. A lot of us have organizations, no membership fees. It doesn't make any sense. You have to have money in a financial economy. But keep going. When people have recovered from their bad conditions, their gratitude becomes the pillar on which the church rests. Let the gratitude of the Negro people in your community be the pillar on which the organization rests in your community. There should always be a charitable fund in every division of the UNIA, and a certain amount placed at the disposal of responsible representatives of the association for the dispensing of charity to the neighborhood in which they live. As a representative of the association, the charity should be disclosed in the name of the organization to maintain its reputation in the community. Let the tender touch of kindness be everywhere, going from the UNIA to the people in the community. When men will remember you for nothing else, they will remember you for the kindly deed, the touch of sympathy that seldom comes from others, which is the duty of every representative of the UNIA. So win with kindness, win and don't lose by meanness. Go door to door, but understand that community is local. This is the expectation of you is to be a local leader. With social media, we expect to be national leaders. You don't have to be a national leader. What you should do, or what you should do, is you should just read good literature. I have it. Read good literature, and then just work on your community if you want to be in that community, or go to a community that you want to be, and be that local leader first and foremost, and then consider being the national leader. It's about starting from the bottom and climbing up. We don't do that anymore. We want to be on the top. We want to be on the news. We want to be the viral. Don't bother with that. These are the tried and true methods. This is what I offer you in the Book of Power. This is what Garvey offers you in the course of African philosophy. I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Thank you for spending time with me. And I'll see you on the next lesson. Shemi Amhotep.